Hey everybody, hi, and welcome to the start of the pregnancy updates. Let's see, this update is for weeks 1 through 7. I can't believe the past 7, or not 7, well, the past 3 weeks have gone by so fast. I seriously, I cannot absolutely believe it whatsoever. I'm like so thrilled and blessed and amazed and everything else. It's really, really awesome. So, I'm just going to go through and give you all the details of what's gone on so far, and I'll do like a belly shot at the end and everything else that I'm going to talk about. So I'm just going to dive right in. I've got my little notebook. Alright, we found out on April 14th, and the only reason why we found out that early was, at that time, was because I went on my app that morning and it was like, oh, your period's due today. And so I was like, And I took a Wandfo, just like a little cheap stick test. And it was my first time ever using that brand. So I took it, and like instantly there's this faint line. And I was like, oh my god. Like, and then I asked my friend Abby, she's got a channel too, or TTC Dreambound 88, I believe, off the top of my head, and I asked her, I was like, oh my god, have you ever gotten an evap line on one of those? And she's like, no. So then I did another cheapie of this other kind that I had, and lo and behold, it was barely there, but it was there. And then I woke up Jordan, I was screaming, I was like, oh my god, get out of bed. And he's like, well, do a digital. And I was like, I only have one. And I was freaking out, and we did it, and I didn't want to see it. I did not want to see the digital. I was so scared. And so I made Jordan pick it up and look at it, and he picked it up, looked at it, and it was positive. So he was like, oh, whatever, I don't believe it. Retest in a couple days, and just to prove him like wrong or whatever, I tested every day, and I'll insert a little clip of those here. So we decided that even though it was still really, really early, and we just wanted to share the news, we both have big mouths, so there was no hiding it until 3 months. I don't know how anyone can do that, honest to God. Like, I was dying just from 6 days. And it was so crazy. It was a whirlwind. that whole first day I found out I had like a queasy, nauseous stomach, and I'm nervous, and I had butterflies all day long. And then I couldn't believe it. So we told everyone on Easter. I'll insert a little picture of what we did here. We told everyone, and we have the announcement that we put on YouTube. We put that out the evening of Easter, and then I think it was the next day or 2 days later I put everyone's reactions up. And let me tell you, that video is almost, or probably at 1,000 views already. That's insane. Like, the most any of our other videos has is 99. So, if that tells you anything, it was hilarious. Really, I just have to say, go watch it. It's too funny. I think my mom's reaction is the best. She's the first one that screams in the very first clip. It was a blast telling everyone. Everyone is so excited for us, and everything is going pretty good so far, so here we go. The first symptom I had, even before we found out, was a super sniffer. There was a bag of garbage sitting for Jordan to take out, because I don't do that, that's his job. And he came home, and I don't know why, it just hit me. I was like, oh my god, you need to put that outside, take it out to the garbage can, something, I'm gonna puke. That was the first thing that really was going on. And that was pretty much the only symptom I had for close to a week and a half. But the next symptom was I had really light period cramps kind of feeling. Like it was just a constant little ache. It wasn't severe. I didn't have any spotting, nothing like that. It was just crampy. And that lasted for probably almost a week, I'd have to say. But I haven't had it since. I haven't had any spotting with it or anything. And then probably the week after our doctor's appointment, I was so tired. Like, so tired. And I'm still tired today. But before, I had to have a nap. So I would just pass out on the couch until I got home, and then we'd wake up and make dinner or whatever. And at first I was hungry. After like 2 weeks, I was really hungry. Like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack every day in between. I made it healthy snacks and small meals so I could eat the snacks without bleh. And then a couple days later, all of a sudden, I did not want to eat anything. Like, and this is still going on today. So for the past because I'm almost 8 weeks, so yeah, about 2.5 weeks, I have not wanted to eat anything. I haven't been hungry. Nothing sounds good. Nothing tastes good. And for this week has been okay. Like I can eat whatever, but it's just like food. Yay. But last week I choked down everything I ate. It was so gross. And I don't puke. Well, I haven't puked since I was in 4th grade. And so I just get like a queasy stomach when I eat. Awesome, I know. 7-Up has been my best friend, needless to say. And because of like the complete food aversions, I think I lost like 10 pounds. Honestly, because I went to the doctor on the 25th, and Yep, I was up there, and then I weighed myself just 2 days ago, and I was down like 13 pounds, so my scale's not great, so I think it was about 10 pounds. The good news is that I am starting to get hungry again a little bit, so that's really awesome. My doctor's appointment, me and Jordan both went together. It was really early in the morning for us because he does work second shift. So we were both kind of crabby and whatever. But they did, like I went in, they checked my blood pressure and my weight and all that kind of stuff. And then she asked a couple questions. She didn't do any kind of exam or anything. Because at that time I was, I think it was, I was going to be 6 weeks the next day, so still really early, but they did do a blood test and a pee test. The pee test was for them to know I was really pregnant. And then the blood test, they just tested routine levels of everything, iron and cell counts and whatever else they do. But one thing that came up on my results was I had a really, really low lymphocyte count. And I think like the lowest level to be in like the normal range was 32, and I had a 16. And like we have an online thing where the results get sent to me over their website, and the doctor can leave a little note or whatever, and it said everything looks good, yay. But then I saw that result and I was just kind of like, what the hell, that's really low. Like I think I had one other thing that was like a half point low. Obviously not that big of a deal. But I researched what low lymphocytes can be caused from, and it's like cancer or AIDS. So I messaged her back, freaking out. I was like, is this okay? Is this any cause for concern? And she's like, no, it's really not that big of a deal. So, I don't know what is going on there. Honestly, that's really scary. But she said it's nothing to be really concerned about right now. But I am going to bring it up at doctor's appointment to see if they can like retest it to make me feel better or something, because that is fairly scary. Cancer runs in both sides of my family and a little alarming. So my next two portions, I have a TMI portion and a plans portion. I'm going to do the plans portion first so everyone can hear it. But if you don't want to hear my TMI symptoms, then click out. So right now we currently live in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's really nice. It's fairly spacious. It's plenty of room for the two of us. We share laundry with our landlords, which this is their house, but the apartment is their basement, and it's made into a full apartment. It's out in the country. It's really nice. It's only about a half hour from Jordan's work, and we love it here. So we really want to stay here, but having a baby that's a crib, a bed, or like a pack and play, toys, swings, and we don't have a bathtub, so I did find this like half changing table, half bathtub thing that we're going to purchase down the road, if everything progresses correctly. So we kind of have it planned out where we could stay here for a while. But just the other day I got thinking about it and I was like, it's gonna be a disaster having us and a little tiny baby here, especially when we get a crib, because at first we're just going to do a co-sleeper kind of thing, just because we do plan to breastfeed, or I plan to breastfeed, and it would just be more convenient than having a big old crib halfway across the room. And so that's our plan, but now I'm kind of unsure and uneasy, so I have been keeping my eyes peeled for something else, but it's like, if we move, it's going to be a bigger place, which is going to cost more money, and I don't work right now, so that would mean that we would have to move, for one, and two, we would be paying out more money, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. We're very comfortable in our finances and whatever, but I'm going to be done with school here this winter, and we're going to have to start paying back my student loans. Yay. So we're going to have to think about that too in the long run. If I'm not going to be working, we'd be totally dead broke. So we really have to sit down and have a heart-to-heart about it, if we're going to stay here and be cramped, or if we're going to move and not have money. You know, it's really pros and cons at that point there. And as I mentioned before, school is my next topic. I am due to be done with class January 17th at this point, but my due date's December 20th. So I just actually talked to my advisor today, and she said I could double up on a quarter, which means I would be taking 2 classes at one time instead of 1, and then I would, from that, bump my end date or finish date from classes to, it'd probably be the first or second week in December. So that's a big thing to think about, and I have all like professional series classes left, so they're kind of difficult. Not crazy amounts, but enough where it's going to be stressful if I do have 2 classes. But obviously, you know, my classes run all the way up until Christmas Eve, and then we have like a week Christmas break. So if I have the baby within a couple days of the 20th, you know, that's going to be a week that I would be behind school, or about, and I really don't want to do that, especially with whatever class it ends up being would be my last class. So I really, 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 really don't want to do that. So I do plan to finish beforehand, but it's what classes that I'm going to double up on that are going to be iffy. And we have already gotten a couple baby things from friends. We have not bought anything yet. But we did inherit from Jordan's best friend a car seat, and it's a fairly safe car seat, but I still don't know how I feel about it. So we're probably going to have that one as an extra, and then get a brand new car seat for probably my car. Then it'll be more modern. Well, the baby it was for, she's only 2 now, so it's not that old of a car seat, but they change. The camera's telling me to hurry up, so, yeah. That appointment will be about if there's going to be any issues or problems that your baby could have. And I think that's it, and I was really reluctant on this part of pregnancy update, because everyone does a belly shot. And if you guys have been around for a while, you know me, you know who I am, whatever. I am a plus size young woman, and it sucks. But if there's any negativity, if you're going to say I'm fat, whatever, I'll just delete and block you. That's all I'm going to say to not draw too much attention to it. But this would be kind of like my pre-pregnancy belly. And I'll do weekly updates and I guess, weekly belly shots for you guys to see how this little baby is growing. This is my right side, and from the front, and my left side.